It has been a while since we've done this one, hasn't it?
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Welcome to more Google searched rosters. This time, I have assembled 50 villains, and we are going to see what Google thinks these villains are named. Now, I assembled a list of 100 villains, and this episode's gonna have to be a two-parter, because I'm not doing all of that in one episode. For those of you that do not know this series, I ask Google Images what a Fire Emblem character, like I put in the name of the Fire Emblem character, and then I just see what it tells me. And I hope to God I don't offend all of Brazil like I did that one time. So, what makes a... just saw the infinite loop there with OBS. What makes a Fire Emblem villain? Why did I put certain villains on here? I don't know. I kind of just went off of vibes. There are probably some minor villains that should be here because they're more than I remember. Probably some villains that shouldn't be on here. But you know, I managed to get a nice even list of 100. So without further ado, let's start with Joel. Joel, Giles, whatever it is. He is the man who killed Marth's father and is one of the few antagonists in FE1 other than Camus and Michaelis and like Garnet that's unique. He's like, very few antagonists in FE1 have a name and presence. But Joel is one of them. And wow, sure enough, Joel is made out of Joel. Giles, I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. It seems to... the only thing that isn't Joel is this. Joel Ambup's Eligan. Alright, well, that's not Joel, though. Oh, there's a fish, though. A Joel fish? Yep. Joel is made out of Joel. Which is concerning for the rest of these. I don't know how many of these are actually going to change into something. Next up, we got Camus. Isn't there some philosopher named Camus? Oh, Albert Camus. We have Wikipedia. Albert Camus was a French philosopher, author, dramatist, journalist, Oh, he won the Nobel Prize. Oh, is he the guy that said one must imagine Sisyphus happy? Okay. There we go, a philosopher. What was his philosophy? Was he the cringe kind of philosophy that said, life is worthless, blah, 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 nihilism? Or was he the cool kind of philosopher that did hard drugs and talked about life and shit? Alright, he fought in World War II. What were his beliefs? Something. He was a moralist, claimed morality should guide politics. That's fair. You know, don't be a dick is a pretty good politic. Alright, well, regardless. He fought against the Nazis, so honestly, I think he's cool as shit. Alright, Camus. You are now that guy. Congratulations! Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have to use my phone to make sure I don't fuck up spelling Michaelis. Alright. I can't think of anything... Oh, well, apparently Michaelis is a name. But not enough of a name. That's a really good GBA sprite art. That's really good. But yup. Michaelis is, in fact, made out of Michaelis. And is apparently... it means no one like God. That's a very funny name to give an atheist. Yeah, that's very funny. That Michaelis' name means no one like God. Huh. That's great. But yep. Look at that classic art. Old Fire Emblem art is great. Alright. So far, we've had one person change into something, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Why the fuck did I put Medeus before Garneth? Anyways, I don't think it's gonna change much with Medeus and Garneth. Yeah, it's literally Medeus Fire Emblem's the first thing. Alright. Look how silly he looks in FE11. Is it FE3? No, it's FE3. Michaelis does look dope, though. Or Medeus. Solid villain design right there. Solid evil old man. Unfortunately, that means he doesn't change. So, not much to talk about. Garneth. This has to be, yeah, Fire Emblem. Yup, there he is. That's how he originally looked. Why does he have so many lines? Like, that's enough lines. And then FE11 gave him hair. And then FE Heroes made him the hair again. Is that a Cypher card? That's a dope Cypher card. I miss Cypher. Never played it, but it looked cool. But there we go. Of the FE1 villains, only Camus changed to a philosopher. This worries me a little bit, but FE2... I know for a fact that Rudolph is not going to stay himself. There is a certain red-nosed reindeer that might be a bit more popular than Rudolph from Fire Emblem. But regardless, let's begin with Desakes? What the heck was this guy's name? Desakes? Yeah, Desakes. I'm pretty sure I can't think of anything else named Desakes. So that's a Z and not an X. Oh! Well, there's Desakes down there in all of his Dragon Shield glory. Louis Desakes. Another French person. Was a French general and military leader during the French Revolution. He took the name, oh Jesus Christ, Louis Charles Antoine Desakes de Vergoyeux. He's considered one of the greatest generals of the Revolutionary Wars. Okay. You know, my buddy Guy recently got a vasectomy, which is really good on him because he's of French ancestry, and he's doing his part to make sure there are less French people in the world. But, what did this French person do? During the campaign, he campaigned a right-wing military commander. Oh, he fought with Napoleon. That's not good, then. Yeah, no, I don't think. Let me try to look to make sure I'm not misrepresenting a famous French figure. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, no, he was with Napoleon. That's not good. Okay, so he's not a very... Wow, who would have thought that they named Desakes after a guy who's not that good of a person? Fair enough. Regardless, though, we are having an abnormally high amount of French. I think that is very funny. But next up, we got Slade. And normally, I was going to think of the guy from Teen Titans, Deathstroke, I think his actual name is in the comics. But Slade has a Y in his name. Also, it's... not gonna botch that. So, what do we got? Yeah, that's just Slade. There he is. Fighting Myson. I'm almost positive if I get rid of that, then I'll get... Oh, a band! That 100% looks like a band I'd have heard of. And probably listened to the music of, but I've actually never heard of them. But unfortunately, Slade has a Y. which means he 100% is just gonna stay himself. Oh no. Alright, Rudolph. Well, hold on. Rudolph's name is spelled with an F. And the famous... Well, also, Rudolph is just a name. So, this is definitely not going to be the Fire Emblem character. It is... I thought Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was spelled with a PH. No, he's spelled with an F. Alright. What the fuck is that guy? Oh, a Holy Roman Emperor. Okay. But, unsurprisingly, Rudolph has become Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I literally made that joke at the start. This was pretty obvious. The second you saw his profile, you already knew he was going to become Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The Christmas spirit was inevitable. He had no hope. Alright, now it's time for Poor People Killed My Family. Fernand! Again, I think that's just a name. Yep, I mean, to be fair, Fire Emblem Fernand is the second Fernand. But Fernand Leger, I don't know how to pronounce that. Alright, oh, French pronunciation. That doesn't help me. He was a French painter, sculptor, and filmmaker. His early works he did okay, I'll admit, I know enough of the art world to know that Cubism is an art style. I don't know what the hell Cubism is. Okay, so it's a bit of abstract art focused on breaking down and reconstructing, like, people and things. Alright, let's look at some of Fernand's art. That actually looks really nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Alright. It turns out Clive's best friend was actually a painter. Oh, hold on. What was his nationality? Is it another fucking French person? Is Fire Emblem secretly anti-French propaganda? Hang on. What was your nationality again? Yeah, he's French! What's with all of these French people? Alright. We're fine. Berkut. I can't think of anything else named Berkut, but, you know, I am a very... Yeah, it's literally the first thing. Berkut Fire Emblem. No! It's a police force! While talking about things that we hate, what makes Berkut... What specifically is Berkut? Oh, wait. It's Ukraine police. Well, now I just don't know what to think. Alright. Berkut had a history of illegal activity. Okay, no, yep, still police. The police are indeed the police. Oh, they work for Russia now, if that's not... Okay, I understand everything. Well... Now there is an entire police force. Huh. Well, on the one side, it might be a corrupt police force that's working against its own citizens. But at least it's not fucking French. Alright, there we go. 1/5 of the way there. Renea. Yeah, again, I can't think of anything. Yup. Renea is still herself. Is there a way for me to, like, turn off AI results from Google so that I never have to look at them? Anyways, yep. Renea is made out of Renea. I'm sorry, Renea. Your boyfriend is now a police force. And, I'm sorry. I didn't think it could get worse for you, but it somehow did. Alright, Jeddah, I believe? Is that a biblical name? No, that's... Oh, that's the dude from Darkstalkers. Okay, I'm vaguely... okay, I'll be honest, I don't know much about Darkstalkers. Like every casual, like, fan, I know that Morgan's in there. I know, like, Dimitri, Red Riding Hood, There's the Frankenstein monster that fights by clapping his giant ass cheeks. I don't know much. I'm not a fighting game guy. So who is Jeddah? Is he important? Jeddah is a... I don't know what the High Nobles of Makai are. Okay, he's got a lot of stuff. He's probably pretty important. Well, here we go, a gallery. Show me what Jeddah looks like. Oh, that's funny. Alright, well, it's a fan wiki, so it's not cooperating. Oh, it's cooperating. It's cooperating? Alright. He looks dapper. He's definitely got them yaoi hands. But he looks kind of cool. I don't know anything about Darkstalkers. This dude looks pretty cool, though. But regardless, he is now the main villain of Fire Emblem Echoes. Congratulations! This is the most attention Darkstalkers has gotten in 20 years. Alright. It's time to do my taxes. Oh, alright, so Duma is a state in Russia? Hang on, let me add Russia so we can at least have something to talk about. The history of the State Duma. This is a government website, so it's probably safe to click. .govs are usually safe. And if it's not, well, the government already has my information. What are they going to do with it? Oh, it wasn't a place. It was a legislative body of power. Okay. There's a whole bunch of history stuff that I'm sure the Russians in my audience all had to learn from, in history class. But regardless, the main villain of Fire Emblem Echoes, which is normally a cautionary tale about pursuing power for no other sake than pursuing power, is replaced by the Russian government. There's something to be said there. Alright, so that's Echoes. Echoes actually had a lot of change. This always happens. I have, like, a few in a row where nothing changes, and I'm like, oh, geez, is this going to be a boring episode? Nope. More and more changes. Alright. FE3 mostly has villains reused from one. Hardin is a villain, but I already did Hardin in the FE1 episode. So the only new villain for FE3 is Lang. So to compensate for that, I added the FE12 villains, Legion, Clarice. I forgot your name. Well, regardless, we can at least start with Legion. Now, when I hear Legion, I think of Mass Effect. I fucking love that Geth boy. However, I'm probably just gonna get, like, a Spartan Legion. I'm going to get a movie called Legion. Alright, well, what's this movie about? I'm not seeing a Legion, I'm just seeing a half-naked man with wings. When a group of strangers at a dusty roadside diner come under attack by demonic forces, their only chance for survival lies with an archangel named Michael, who informs a pregnant waitress that her unborn child is humanity's last hope. So kind of like Terminator? Alright, is this movie good? Hang on, where's the review? What's the reviews? It gets, 5.3 out of 10. Well, that steak looks... It definitely has enough blood for me. I like my steaks rare. Like, I want to still hear the cow moo when I eat a steak. But Legion, I just skipped over Lang. Well, hang on, we'll get to him. There we go. Legion, you are now a movie. And you are not the Geth, which makes me sad. Alright. Lang is a name. It could be anyone. Noah Lang. Who the heck is Noah Lang? He's a Dutch footballer who plays as a winger. The fuck is a winger? Does he have any pedigree? Oh, a league title. Okay, well. In 2020, reached Lang to move to Brugge, blah, 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 blah. 3 weeks later, scored the first goal, blah, 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 blah. Penultimate UEFA, blah, 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 da, da. Alright, so he plays soccer. I don't know anything about football. I just know he looks absolutely stoned out of his mind in that photo. There's a dude named Lang Lang. Why would you name your child that? Imagine if you ever met a dude named, like, Dickinson Dickinson. Like, why? Alright, well, regardless. So, next up we have Clarice, and I need to make sure that I do not botch this spelling. Alright. It is spelled C-L-A-R-I-S-S-E. Clarice. Oh, the Clarice. She was the bully from the Percy Jackson books. Who was the daughter of Ares. She was antagonistic. And she was captured in the second book. And then kind of had her character development where she wasn't a bitch anymore. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, okay. Percy Jackson was so good. I remember when I was in middle school when the final book came out. Ooh, changed my life forever. And then I read a bit of the Percy Jackson books with the other dude who was the Roman counterpart. And I remember that it was pretty good. And then I fell out. I read the Egyptian books too. A bit. I do remember reading the Egyptian books. But yeah, Percy Jackson is good, and Rick Riordan consistently is, like, one of the coolest authors ever. Like, you can say, oh, dyslexia is actually secret Greek blood superpowers is cringe, but knowing that he did that for his dyslexic child so that they'd feel cooler, I can't be mad at that. Or something like that. I might have horribly botched that story, but he's cool. Alright, how the fuck do you spell this woman's name? Ermi. I don't think there's anyone else ever named this. Yep. There she is. The evil woman and Fire Emblem can't have... Who asked for AI art of Renea? Who asked for that? Someone really was like, I gotta have my AI art of the FE12 minor antagonist. AI art is cringe, and if you use it, you shouldn't die, but you should discover some kind of equally horrible alternative. But alright. Of FE3/FE12 villains, 3 changed, 1 didn't. Cool beans. Alright, Eligan. I think that's just a name. A lot of names in FE4, I believe, are just Norse. But not this one. There he is. The man... the hardest art of any Resplendent to this day. And one of the best ciphers, with Sigurd appearing in the sword there. God, cipher. And then there's one with Ares, where it's Seliph in the sword. I don't see it anywhere, but still. Man. But regardless, Eligan is made out of Eligan. Next up, we have Langebolt. Now, I need to make sure that I spell his name correctly, and I wasn't sure if I should put him here, but Gen 1's plot is it's like a puppeteer thing. It appears to be the fault of Langebolt and Reptor, which is actually the fault of Arvis, which is actually the fault of Manfroy, which is actually the fault of Lopter. It's all kinds of strings and manipulations and shit. But regardless, okay, his localized name is not Langobalt. It's Lombard. So let's put in Lombard. Lombard Street is just a place in Baltimore. Unfortunately, it's going to be the one in San Francisco. But what if it was the Baltimore Lombard Street? Huh? I was just there today. I've been there. Unfortunately, I cannot rep Baltimore on this one, because apparently San Francisco is a bigger city than Baltimore. Fucking cringe. Shut the fuck up, California. I don't give a shit that your roads are windy. Baltimore clears. Does San Francisco have a crackhead on it? Yeah, they definitely have crackheads on their streets. But they ain't the same as Baltimore crackheads. They're a special breed. Alright, then we've got Repor. Isn't that the name of the dinosaur from Rugrats? Wow. And there he is. First result. Also a pair of shoes. Well. Nothing to gain here. And he's just... And a Ford F-150! But unfortunately, Repor is just made out of Repor. Alright. 40% of the way there. Arvis. I feel like he's gonna be the same. Right? Yep. God, he has the best art. Like, the best standard art of FE1. Or, like, FE4. Let me zoom in a bit. No, that's very small. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. I don't want to go to a fan wiki. God, Arvis looks so cool. One of the best villains. And look at the happy couple with no baggage attached whatsoever. Adorable. Alright. Well, Arvis is made out of Arvis. Next up, we have Bloom. Does his name have some kind of weird, like, localization change? Yes. His name is literally spelled Bloom as in, like, to bloom. Not U-M-E. And it's getting me a superfood. And some girl from the Winx Club. Oh, wait, Winx Club. Flowers, right. Bloom. That makes a lot of sense. Alright. Wait, is she using fire? Isn't fire a little weird for a, like, plant fairy to have? Doesn't that seem counterintuitive? Whatever, she's probably cool as shit. Winx Club is one of those, like, sleeper agents, like the Barbie movies, that I never watch because I'm a boy. Boys don't watch Barbie and Winx Club. And then, like, people like, it's the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, oh, damn, maybe it is. Alright. Bloom is now a superfood. Alright. Travant. It's just gonna be Travant, right? It's just Travant. Did you mean Trabant? My translation patches are old, but they're not that old. Again, dope art. That's a cool dragon. And another car. But yep, Travant is made out of Travant. Love that guy. Cool guy, that Travant. Alright, next up we have Ishtar. This is just gonna be the deity, right? Like, that's just... I believe... Yeah, hang on. Waiting. Loading. Wikipedia, can you just help me out? Alright. Eana is the ancient Mesopotamian goddess of love, war, and fertility. I love how ancient societies often, like, put together love, like those things, love, war, and fertility. Like, war seems really weird next to love and fertility, but I believe Aphrodite is also, like, a war goddess. Those ancient cultures believed fucking just as important as stabbing a man to death. Which, sure, that's what you believe. Okay. If I've played more SMT games, I could probably say something funny about Ishtar, like, as a demon in SMT, but I don't know enough. And there's the girl from Fate, which means I need to get out of here as soon as possible. Manfroy is just Manfroy. Yep. There he is. In all of his Manfroy glory. Bald. Alright, well. That's all I got. Manfroy. What the fuck is that art? Why is he so pale? How do you whitewash a white guy? Well, regardless. Manfroy is Manfroy. Julius! I mean, we gotta get Julius Caesar, right? Like, he's kind of the Julius. Yeah. I'm sorry. The fact that the second most famous Julius, behind Julius Caesar, is the dad from Everybody Hates Chris. That's great. Oh, man, that's wonderful. I remember loving that show as a kid. That's so funny. And the dad was one of my favorite characters. God. But yep, Julius Caesar. Or as that douchebag from Fallout New Vegas calls him, Julius Caesar. Like, oh, look at me, I pronounce things correctly. Shut the fuck up. Goddamn Caesar's Legion. Alright, next up. Oh, no, hold on. Before we go, FE4. Half of them changed, half of them didn't. Fair. Completely fair. Alright. Next up, we got Kemp. Which... yeah, it's just Kemp. There. And another... oh, wait. Oh, Mercedes. What are you, a NASCAR driver? Oh, he's a footballer. It's always football. Always football. There's the classic fan translation line. You know, actually, I stopped watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged around, like, the end of high school or something. I don't remember what episode I was on. But one of the most recent episodes just showed up in my YouTube recommended, and I went, sure. I mean, what the hell, why not? And I watched it, and I just laughed and giggled along like I had never left. Like, it was funny, still. To this day, Little Karibo's still got it. I might want to binge the whole series again. Some of the earlier stuff is probably aged a little poorly, but honestly, it might be fun to go on a nostalgia trip. Rewatch all of TFS and Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Anyways, Kemp is made out of Kemp. Reinhardt. Oh, it's gonna be the Overwatch guy. Yeah, wait. Oh, hold on. Just need to make sure I spelled that correct. Yeah, I spelled that correctly. Alright, well. Yeah, I mean, Reinhardt was cool. In fact, that's Overwatch's problem. So much of it is cool, and yet it's all attached to Blizzard. Which is the problem. I actually don't remember using Reinhardt. When I played Overwatch, I played Junkrat and Zenyatta. Oh, and some of Roadhog. But there's so much new shit. There's, like, a Hampter now. And, like, they-them laser shooter. I don't know. Overwatch has so many more new characters. I could never go back. My buddy Andre plays it. And I watched him play it over at his house. And he just plays Torbjorn. And fucks shit up. But, Reinhardt's cool. Alright, I'm okay with Reinhardt. Alright, after Reinhardt, we have Raedric. There's no way that this isn't just gonna be... there he is! Raedric! There he is! God, I love him so much. I might have the only, like, video analyzing Raedric in the entire world. And that is a cross I am more than happy to bear. Look at that scumfuck bastard. Alright. Last but not least, we got Veld for FE5. Wonder what this gonna be. A music festival. Huh. Let's look at the Veld Music Festival. Look at these people partying. It's going on all night. Hell yeah, look at that. It's got an M. The Veld Music 2024. Alright, let me look at these artists. I've probably never heard of any of them. Alan Walker, Alesso, Alok, Armed. That's not even a word. Black Tiger Sex Machine. Alright. Hold on, I'm going on a new event. I don't think I can Google that. Black Tiger Sex Machine. Yo, they look so cool! What are these guys? Black Tiger Sex Machine, often abbreviated BTSM, are a Canadian electronic music trio based in Montreal. The live shows, they're an electronic band. Albums and extended plays, drama, blah, 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 blah. Yo, that is... Alright. Veld Music Festival, you're good for that. Anyways, going back to Veld. We've just have an entire music festival. The whole thing. It is now the main villain of FE5. Alright. It's really funny that now that we've gotten through the first 5 games, this is when there just started to be a lot of villains per game. Like, FE4 had a lot of major antagonists, but like 6 onward, there's a ton for every game. So, it is time to begin with Narcian. And I gotta make sure that I spell it correctly. Black Tiger Sex Machine, that's great. Alright, though his name is based off of Narcissus, I believe nothing has spelled it as Narcian. So, yup. There he is. I forgot about the carrot ult. Alright, well, regardless, there he is. That absolute fuckface. His dragon looks pretty cool, though. That dragon definitely looks pretty cool. But Narcian is Narcian. And now we got Gale. Gale is a very common name. When I think of Gale, I think of actually the character from Trigun, but there's no way, was that Twin Peaks to Gale? No, that's a Twin Horn. There's a character, hang on, Gale, oh no, it's the very first Gung Ho Gun Vash fights. And he's also not spelled like that. Trigun's a really good manga, you should read it. But now we're looking at Gale the Lonely Planet. It's got some historic stuff. Yeah. This historic delight is to explore on foot an endlessly exotic old trading port blessed with Dutch shit. Alright. Congratulations, Fire Emblem 6. You've won an island getaway. Yep. Alright, Murdoch. Is it canonically spelled with a CH or a CK? CK. Murdoch! Oh, Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Right. Yeah, like, who else would that be? It's the only lawyer to out Saul. Okay, so you know what? After Gale got turned into an island, I thought that Roy had a chance. Now he's got to fight Daredevil. I don't think he's making it out of that one. Alright. Now we've got Zephiel. Who's gonna just be, yup. Look at him. And then look at him. God, Zephiel is so cool in the FE6 manga. The FE6 manga is pretty garbage because its main character, Al, absolutely sucks. But God, is Zephiel draw. You can feel the love and maybe even the lust that they had for Zephiel. God, he's so cool looking. Yeah. Anyways, Zephiel is made out of Zephiel. Brunya. What do we have here? Yep, there she is. You gotta love Fire Emblem heroes. Because, like, you can tell there's a huge difference between how she's drawn and how she poses in Heroes compared to how she looks in FE6. It's a gacha game, Steven. Gacha games do that to everyone. Except not really. The only gacha game that does that to everyone is Grand Blue Fantasy. Like, that's the only one that I've seen sexualize everyone. I've seen that Belial dude's dick in his Speedo more than I ever want to in my life. But you know what? At least Grand Blue keeps it equal. But Brunya's made out of Brunya. Now, how the fuck do you spell John? Jan? Jan, it's John. Someone told me in the comments section of my FE6 randomized how to say his name. I forgot. Frederick Ludwig Jan was a German French... Another French! Okay, at least this one's only half French. Educator, nationalist, who founded the German gymnastics movement. Oh. Okay. He invented gymnastics. Very, this is going up while the Olympics are going on, so very timely. You know what? I judged you too harshly. You're cool, Jan. You're cool. You invented, like, gym and shit. That's cool. That's cool. But, yep. Got nothing else to say. Gymnastics is something that takes an incredible amount of effort. If you do gymnastics, you're cool as shit. However, now we have Idun, who should just be... No! Oh, that's right, Idun's named after a god. What god? A Norse god. Associated with apples and youth. Oh, and then an apple falls on Idun's head at the end of the game. Oh. What was she the god of? Am I gonna find that? Is it just apples and pregnancy? Oh, goddess associated. I literally read what she was the goddess of. Alright, the god of apples and youth. Alright, cool. She grants eternal life. No thanks. I've seen this world. I don't need too much more of it. Alright. So wait, if I was immortal, then I could just hang out all day and do dumb shit. Wait, maybe I want eternal life. Like, maybe you guys would go melancholy and forlorn with the loss that eternal life brings. Not me, though. I'm built different. Built better. Maybe even better than the gods. Alright. Now it's time for Fire Emblem 7. FE6, 4 changed, 3 didn't. Roy has to fight Daredevil. He's not winning. Alright? Like, maybe Leaf can surround Reinhardt with enough dudes. Like, Reinhardt's shield only works in one direction. I don't know how he's getting past Black Tiger Sex Machine. But yeah, you gotta fight Daredevil. Roy's fucked. Absolutely fucked. But now we're on to Blazing Blade. And we're gonna start with Lundgren, the main villain of Lynn's story. Lundgren. Alright. Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren. Who the hell are you? Wait, is he the dude that plays the... Oh, he was the Russian dude from the Rocky movie that killed Apollo. Oh, he has cancer. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry to hear that, man. And now any jokes I make about the guy are gonna feel really bad. Yeah, well... Oh, he's starting a movie this year. Alright, you know what? Good on you, man. I hope the last few years of your life are filled with love and joy and... Man. What the fuck? This guy got cancer and that killed the whole vibe. What the fuck, dude? Simply don't get cancer, asshole. Alright. Now we got Darren. I don't know anything else named Darren. I know Darwin from Gumball. Oh, there's a singer named Darren. Alright, he seems... He was, he's a Kurdish-Swedish pop singer and songwriter born in Stockholm. Wow, he's released 8 #1... He's a very famous recording artist. Alright, you know what? I'm sorry that I'm ignorant of culture outside of America. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm ignorant to culture in America, too. So really don't think about it too hard. He's made a lot of music. Alright, you know what, Darren? Good on you. I am sure that the Swedes in the audience are like, how the fuck did you not know Darren? Consider all the musicians I listened to either died 60 years ago, did crack 60 years ago, or died of crack 60 years ago. And also Ween. Alright. Next up, we have Fidel. I wasn't sure to put him on here because, you know, he just fucking dies. But that's kind of the rug pull with Fidel. Like, you're not supposed to be ready for him to just die. You think, oh man, this guy's gonna be a major... What's with the goddamn... Why is there two... Why is he on my waifu list? First of all. Second of all, what's with the AI art? Who's doing this? I'm going to break your testicles. Anyways, there he... Oh, that's a cool looking pose. But yeah, like, the whole bit with Fidel is you... When the fire dragon kills him, it's genuinely shocking. Like, it's an incredible plot twist. You weren't ready for that shit. Anyways. To the Reed brothers. Lloyd? I mean, the only Lloyd I can think of is Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia. But there's another singer I've never heard of named Lloyd. And he's some dude from Ninjago. Who, like... I know the Ninjago show has a weird fandom online. It might be, like... It's probably really good. I was just a generation too old to grow up with it. Lloyd Polite Jr. His last name's Polite? There's an Ace Attorney character in that family somewhere. I don't know who, but that is an Ace Attorney last name if I've ever heard one. Alright, so what's he made? What's his filmography? Let's scroll down to that. Discography. Southside, Street Love, Lessons in Love, King of Hearts, True. I do not think I should have hovered over that album cover. Alright, Lloyd, well, the first image that came up was this one. So, Linus, your brother has become a mildly successful R&B singer. So let's see what Linus is going to be It's going to be from Peanuts. And it's going to be Linus Peanuts. Yeah, there he is. Like, of course, that dude's name is Linus? Huh. I've seen this image of that dude. I have no idea who he is or what he's done. But I've seen that reaction image millions of times. But anyways, Linus clears. Who doesn't love Peanuts? I feel like if you don't like Peanuts, die. Like, simple as. You don't deserve life. Well, hold on. If you're allergic to Peanuts, I'm sorry. That joke was terrible. I should be the one that dies. Alright. Now, I know that Zephiel's father is not an antagonist in any way, shape, or form. In fact, like, he really shouldn't count for anything. You don't fight him, he's not a villain who's built up or anything. But I hate Desmond so much that I needed to put him on here. Because he's just that much of a douche. Desmond Tutu. was a South African Anglican bishop and theologian, and he was a human rights activist. Okay. Alright, looks like he did a lot of work in, fighting for black rights in South Africa. Good on you, man. Good on you. He was a priest. He worked during a very tumultuous time in South Africa. And he got the Nobel Peace Prize? Huh. Good on him. He's a bishop, too? Nice job. I'm glad when I learn names that I never would have remembered otherwise. I have the memory of a goldfish, so I'll probably forget him shortly after this video, but I'm glad I learned him once. Ursula's here because she shouldn't be. Fire Emblem Heroes, has her 3 different Ursulas. She seems like she's really prevalent if you've just played Fire Emblem Heroes. She shows up in, 1 chapter, and her only character trait is wanting to lick Sonia's cooter. That's it. She doesn't do anything but die. Ursula's gonna give me the villain from, Little Mermaid. Give me, oh, hang on. Yeah, alright, there we go. Boom, we've got it. Ursula is an absolute queen, one of Disney's funniest and best villains. Though, really, you can say that about almost all of them. I feel like Ursula's idea is a bit better done with Yzma. But that's also because Emperor's New Groove is my favorite Disney movie. So I have an incredible amount of bias. But yeah, that's Ursula. She should not be as prevalent as she is. Alright. Sonya. Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat? No, that's spelled with a Y. Holy shit, Sonic's sister. Wow, I forgot her name was Sonya. Sonya from Pokemon? That too. And now Sonya, another singer. English pop star from Liverpool. You'll Never Stop Me Loving You. Listen to Your Heart. Oh! Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. Listen to your heart. Actually, I don't think that's her. I think that's... maybe? I don't know. Regardless, looks like she's made quite a name for herself. She was an actress, too? Wow. She got a gold, album? That's so... oh, God, cassettes. Alright. Congratulations, Sonya. You are being stalked by the villain from The Little Mermaid. And the fact that you're a singer is very problematic for that. But you'll be fine. Alright, Lim Stella. Congratulations! Lim Stella is the very first non-binary character in Fire Emblem. Bad news! They are currently killing your ass with lightning. Someone just put in every single Fire Emblem character known to man in AI, and I'm going to kill them. I don't know who you are. I will find you. I will kill you. Alright? Stop using AI art. There's no soul. Every time I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I see, someone's like, oh my goodness, look at this beautiful, sexy art, and it's just AI porn. I'm thinking of that Flork of Cows comic. There's no soul in these coochie pics. Fucking... you have to use AI to make porn because women don't actually talk to you. Anyways. Limstella. Right, that's what that was about. Alright, Kosuna. I can't think of anything else named Kosuna. This Bob is going to be Kosuna. Yep. There he is. Kosuna is the first full frontal nudity in Fire Emblem. Oh my god, that's me! Holy shit! That's my video! I come up when you Google Kosuna. Because no one else has ever given a shit about Kosuna. You know what? That makes me happy. Oh, and she's Naruto's mom, I think? I don't know, I read One Piece. Nope. But yep, Kosuna is Kosuna. Nurgle. Nurgle. I got nothing. Oh! Right, Nurgle's named after a god. What god? He was primarily associated with war, death, disease, and has been described as a god of inflicted death. I mean, that sounds about right. Alright, Nurgle. You are a god. Not always a good title to have. Now, you'll notice that these have been cut, and I didn't even, like, bother to cut out Glenn and Vigard. So we're just gonna end this episode looking at 2 FE8 villains, and then just jump immediately into Volter. Yeah. Good old Glenjamin. Oh, a place. Oh, I forgot Chucky's gender fluid child. God, the Child's Play movies are interesting. Oh, a Glen is okay. Typically one that is long and bounded by gently sloped concave sides, unlike a ravine, which is deep and bounded by steep slopes. Oh, okay, so it's like how Knoll is just named after a knoll. Glen is named after a glen. Alright, sure. Why not? Oh, I forgot to do the look over of the FE7 villains. Alright. So we have a man with cancer, a singer, an R&B artist, a toddler, a famous civil rights activist. We've got a lot of shit in FE7. The god is the least of their concerns. And last but not least, we have Vigard. Yep. There he is. I love that this official art has to be cut off because, like, you see Seth poking out there. The only time this render has been shown has been in a magazine where there's a bit from the game that's cutting him off. So, Seth's shoulder is just a part of Vigard's design forever now. Thankfully, Heroes gave him beautiful art. But there we go. Actually, a solid amount of change here. Thank you guys very much for watching. Next time, we'll do the next half of the villains. Woo! Huh. Oh, you can kind of see that the Black Knight's helmet's sticking up right there. A little cameo, a little sneak peek for next episode. Turns out the Black Knight is, in fact, a villain. Who would have known?